Job analysis. Job analysis is the process used to collect information about the duties, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcomes, and work environment of a particular job. Job analysis may include reviewing the job responsibilities of current employees, doing internet research and viewing sample job descriptions online or offline highlighting similar jobs, analyzing the work duties, tasks, and responsibilities that need to be accomplished by the employee filling the position, researching and sharing with other companies that have similar jobs, and articulation of the most important outcomes or contributions needed from the position. It follows from the previous slide that after studying this lesson, you should be able to explain the concept of job analysis, analyze job evaluation and job assessment process, define work measurement techniques, understand the concepts of ergonomics, motion economy, and value analysis. Job information not only facilitates job evaluation for compensation designing, but also helps in disseminating information to employees about their duties and responsibilities. Proper documentation and communication in induction training is the right approach. The first objective of job information is to communicate duties and responsibilities attached to a job to the employees for their clear understanding. Another objective of job information is organizational analysis. For manpower planning, job information helps in analyzing the scope for internal hiring and the requirements of external hiring for staffing various positions in the organization. In setting performance standards and establishing job objectives, job information is essential both in qualitative and quantitative terms. For other HR-related decisions like promotion, transfer, relocation, redundancy, and compensation designing, job information provides critical inputs. The basic issue for job analysis is whether the organization should measure work assigned or work actually performed. Some compensation designing experts argue that unless job analysis considers work performed, the organization may not account for employees' credit for what they are actually doing. While in reality it is the manager's responsibility to assign a job, the role of an analyst is essentially to gather job information and not to evaluate the logic of work assignments. He is primarily responsible for recording of those responsibilities that a manager has assigned to an employee. What should be the nature of job information for job analysis depends upon a number of considerations. Whether the analysis is required for evaluation purposes or for other purposes as well, what job level is to be analyzed, what type of evaluation plan is to be used, and what job knowledge is held by the analyst who is going to conduct the evaluation. Job information can be obtained in various ways, either by a staff analyst or by the individual line manager. Because of functional proximity, it is always better to involve the line managers in compiling job information. One relatively simple and inexpensive method of analysis is collecting of job information through the questionnaire response. Direct observation of work performed is another important method of job analysis. Observation of work is essential to understand the job role. However, it is more costly and time-consuming. A job questionnaire is a special tool for consolidating job information. It is a printed form in which essential information about the job may be listed either by the employee or by his supervisors. The major advantage of the job questionnaire is that it uses the knowledge of those who are proximate to the job. Compiled information can be used as job descriptions. This therefore eliminates the requirement of further writing of job descriptions. However, the major disadvantages associated with job questionnaire are that its success depends on the understanding and writing ability of individual employees and supervisors. Compiled job information is translated to job descriptions. Job descriptions are written records of job duties and responsibilities, and they provide a factual basis for job evaluation. Job descriptions are recorded on a standard form in a uniform manner. For the obvious requirement of writing skill in the preparation of job descriptions, many organizations assign this task to trained and professional job analysts. However, this by itself cannot guarantee flawless job descriptions. This is because a professional job analyst may not have specific job knowledge. Today's organizations are dynamic and every now and then require restructuring. Therefore, it is widely believed that showing a job description to employees may cause controversy, and in future employees may resist doing work which are not specifically listed in their job descriptions. Job specification is a statement of employee characteristics and qualifications required for satisfactory performance of defined duties and tasks comprising a specific job or function. The job specification provides detailed characteristics, knowledge, education, skills, and experience needed to perform the job, with an overview of the specific job requirements. A job specification is useful for recruiting as it helps you write your job postings and your website material. The job specification is also useful for distribution in social media, for screening resumes, and for interviewers. Any judgmental mistake may defeat the purpose not only by selecting a wrong person for a job, but also for wrongly evaluating a job, which is directly associated with job pricing. Job evaluation is the process of determining the worth of one job in relation to that of another, without regard to the personalities. It analyzes and assesses the content of jobs to place them in some standard rank order. The end result is used as the basis for a fair and logical remuneration system. A properly devised job evaluation scheme provides management with definite, systematic, and reliable data for working out wage and salary scales. Thus, logical wage negotiation reduces wage grievances and dissatisfaction with wage differentials and ensures fair treatment for each employee. It also provides a logical basis for promotion. While designing a job, management must also be concerned with the practical considerations of quantity and quality of available personnel. Personality conflict and friction, problem of human relations, boredom, obsessive thinking, etc. also need to be taken care of. Thus, the factors which are likely to affect job design are job specialization and repetitive operations, changing technology, labor union policies, abilities of present personnel, adequate availability of potential personnel, interaction among jobs with the system, and last but not the least, psychological and social needs that can be met by the job. There are various other methods of job assessment for pricing a job value, which is essential for compensation designing. At the same time, such methods ensure job simplification and humanization of jobs. Even though some of these methods do not directly contribute to job pricing, these are still useful for achieving productivity and efficiency. Work study is a management service based on those techniques, particularly method study and work measurement, which are used in the examination of human work in all its context and which lead to the systematic investigation of all the resources and factors which affect the efficiency and economy of the situation being reviewed in order to effect improvement. Method study is a productivity improvement step which helps to produce same output using less resources or enables to produce more with proportionately less increase in the inputs. Thus, it reduces the waste. Method study ensures creativity, innovativeness, optimal decision-making power, good organizational practices, and better communication. ILO defines work measurement as the application of techniques designed to establish the work content of a specified task by determining the time required for carrying it out at a defined standard of performance by a qualified worker. There are different techniques of work measurement. However, the following are the principal techniques: time study, ratio delay study, synthesis from standard data, predetermined motion time standard, analytic estimating. Out of all these, only time study technique is widely used, others being complicated in nature. Ergonomics is derived from two Greek words, ergon meaning work and enomos meaning laws. It is the study of the effects of work system on workers, and it aims at fitting the work to the men to increase their efficiency, comfort and satisfaction. ILO defined ergonomics as the application of human biological sciences in conjunction with engineering sciences to the worker and his working environment so as to obtain maximum satisfaction for the work, which at the same time enhances productivity. In all schemes of human activity, ergonomics can be applied, be it in offices, factories, shops, ships, air, and even in the space. Some of the areas where ergonomics has been successfully applied include design of equipment, power and hand tools, design of displays and warning systems, design of furniture, seats, rests and steps for operators, design of tools, jigs and fixtures, plant layout, improvement in working conditions and environments, computation of relaxation allowance for workers, selection, training and placement of personnel, motivation of workers. Motion economy is the process of minimizing the physical and perceptual loads imposed on people engaged in any type of work, whether it be in the office, the shop floor, the kitchen, or at the driving wheel. It leads to better design of equipment, jigs and fixtures, hand tools, furniture, and labor-saving devices. Also, it facilitates better layout of offices, warehouses, plants and operating areas like office desk, workbench, aircraft, cockpit and crew compartments of armored fighting vehicles. Application of the principles of motion economy eliminates or minimizes wasteful and fatiguing movements and increases the productivity of the workers. It considers minimizing movements in respect of number of movements, length of movements, classification, number of parts of body used, necessity for control, muscular force, complexity of movements, distances between eye fixation, time required for eye fixation. The term human engineering is more appropriately used to solve man-machine problems in design, operation and maintenance of plants and machineries, and in fact it broadly comes under the purview of ergonomics. It is therefore not appropriate to designate human engineering as an independent discipline, separating it from ergonomics. The designer of the machine should know the way a human being functions, his body dimensions, his physical limitations, and so also the conditions under which a person performs perfectly. For performing a task, a person normally does the following three things: receiving the information through different sense organs, making decisions, acting on perceived information, taking action which results from decision. Thus, the basic control cycle for the human being consists of these parts: sense, decide, and act. Literally, value is the worth of an article, product, or service. In terms of cost and function, value is determined. Value of a product can be improved by improving function, keeping function constant, reducing cost, keeping function constant, both by improving functions as well as by reducing cost. Value engineering is an organized creative technique to analyze functions of a product or service or a system to achieve the required functions at the lowest cost, ensuring its performance reliability and maintainability. It is also known as value analysis or value management. An industrial product has different types of values like use value, esteem value, cost value, and exchange value. The properties and qualities which are useful and which enable to accomplish the work. Use value again may be either for primary use, secondary use, or for auxiliary use. Aesthetic features or properties which attract a customer to own esteem value. Cost value comprises of the cost required to produce the item. Exchange value comprises of the properties which enable the owner to exchange it for anything else if he so desires in the future. However, for all practical purposes in industrial situations, we are primarily concerned with the use value and esteem value only. The table here shows composition of exports during 2008-2009. Now let us check if we have understood the various concepts discussed in this lesson clearly. What do you call the process of gathering information about the job and evaluating such information in terms of what is necessary and relevant? Job analysis. Name the process of determining the worth of one job in relation to that of another without regard to the personalities. Job evaluation. Name the process of minimizing the physical and perceptual loads imposed on people engaged in any type of work. Motion economy. Before we end, let us briefly revise what we have studied till so far. For manpower planning in an organization, effective information and documentation on job analysis, job description, and job evaluation are important prerequisites. All these processes help in identifying job requirements and suitably describing the job and job families, skill sets, skill mapping, and developing skill inventories in an organization. Job information is one essential input for effective manpower planning. It not only facilitates job evaluation for compensation designing, but also helps in disseminating information to employees about their duties and responsibilities. Job analysis is the process of gathering information about the job and evaluating such information in terms of what is necessary and relevant. Essentially, job analysis involves three questions. What is a job? What should be analyzed? What methods of analysis should be used? A job questionnaire is a special tool for consolidating job information. The major advantage of the job questionnaire is that it uses the knowledge of those who are proximate to the job. Today's organizations are dynamic and every now and then require restructuring, which also necessitates redesigning of jobs. Therefore, it is widely believed that showing a job description to employees may cause controversy, and in future employees may resist doing work which is not specifically listed in their job descriptions. A properly devised job evaluation scheme provides management with definite, systematic, and reliable data for working out wage and salary scales. In job evaluation, information about each job is made available to the assessors. Every job, whether manual or not, is closely observed and inspected in actual operation by the assessors. Time standard is used for planning and scheduling work, for cost estimating, or for labor cost control, or it may serve as the basis for a wage incentive plan. In all schemes of human activity, ergonomics can be applied, be it in offices, factories, shops, ships, air, and even in the space. Ergonomics is a discipline at the service of management from the very planning and design stage of a work system. In the organization and control of human effort, directed to specific ends, management needs to have an appreciation of the human factors involved in a work system. Motion economy is the process of minimizing the physical and perceptual loads imposed on people engaged in any type of work, whether it be in the office, the shop floor, the kitchen, or at the driving wheel. The term human engineering is more appropriately used to solve man-machine problems in design, operations, and maintenance of plants and machineries, and in fact, it broadly comes under the purview of ergonomics. Value engineering is an organized creative technique to analyze functions of a product or service or a system to achieve the required functions at the lowest cost, ensuring its performance, reliability, and maintainability.